kicking up dust on a rick house floor. Charred oak whispers we can't ignore. Stories in the mash, fire in the grain. Raise up your glass, feel that bourbon flame. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the backwoods stills to tonight's big show. Every drop a story, every sip that's drowned. We're bourbon legends, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. From Kentucky hills to the neon lights, we're talking small batch days and whiskey nights. Tasting the past in every pour. Gonna carve our names on the distiller's door. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the backwoods stills to tonight's big show. Every drop a story, every sip that's drowned. We're bourbon legends, let's throw it down. Let's throw it down. Raise 'em high, feel the fire. Clinking glasses, lifting higher. One more toast to the ones before, and the legends we're making forevermore. We're the bourbon legends, let the spirit flow. From the rick house walls to your front row. Every drop a story, every sip a crown. We're bourbon legends, come gather round. Come gather round. Come gather round.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday Night Live with the Bourbon Legends. I'm your host, Bourbon Santa, and going to bring in real quick here my co-host there, Mr. Roger Randall. What's going on, Roger?
Living the dream in this beautiful heat in Arkansas. Gotta love it. I think we hit
hear ya.
100 again today.
We're going to have, well, not just Arkansas, but a good portion of the Southeast is going to be up near 100. Not very good to ship bourbon in the next week or two. That's for sure.
No bottles go in the mail this next couple of weeks. And in fact, that's going to make people maybe drink a little bit different. Maybe not bourbon neat, drinking a lot more old fashions and Moscow mules and all the other fun drinks you can do with it.
Yeah, put a little ice in there, to cool it off.
Yeah.
Not everybody is like Dicko Pickle and has a pool to set in and have a dram while he's floating around in the water.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, it's the legends love Old Dominic's bar over there. That's a good place to get a good mixed drink. I mean, I think Daniel was there today and he had one of the espresso bourbon martinis.
Huh. I saw
looked
that.
good
I
to
didn't
me.
know what that quite was. I mean, usually we all get the old duck fat old fashioned over there. So
Well, we've been expanding our horizons over there because that's kind of our home bar. So
well, get that taste, get that new flavor going on in your mouth. Speaking of new flavor, I'm going to have a pour tonight. I'm actually having two pours tonight that I've never had before, so I'm excited about that. And one of them is courtesy of our guest, Mr. Ernest Peacock. We're going to bring him in. Hey, Ernest, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Not a whole lot. Just one day closer to the weekend. I know you're going to be traveling this weekend, I heard.
My weekend already started.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. I would love to be able to start my weekend on a Thursday. Usually, though, for me, when I start my weekend on a Saturday, I end up doing more work around the house than I do if I was at work. So on Monday, I go back to work to have a vacation. So
Us
Ernest,
retirees, we don't have that problem. Every day's
no,
a vacation.
you guys can do whatever you want whenever you want.
I'm gonna be off
Exactly.
Monday and Tuesday too, just to basically be able to recoup and try to not think about work just yet.
Now you work in cold storage, isn't that correct?
Yes, I do, but I'll go outside in the heat too, loading trucks and stuff a lot of times. So I'm like back
Oh,
and forth.
well, but at least you get to go back into the cool. I mean, a lot of these guys. Could you imagine being a roofer in this kind of weather? I mean, that's why they go to work at the butt crack of dawn, and you know, oh,
I've done
I
that
couldn't
before
do it.
too.
You have
I've
been a
done that
roofer?
before. I've done some roofing. Uh, Something else that's fun is delivering furniture on a hot box truck in this kind of weather.
Oh, no,
Blow,
no.
blowing insulation into an attic in this kind of weather would be terrible too.
Yeah,
You know, while we're sitting here doing this, before we get into our drink, you mind if I ask you a few questions?
go right ahead, shoot.
I mean, since I've already started, the first question I'd like to know, Ernest, is what really got you started into bourbon? Like what pour, or were you at a party? How did you get into the bourbon scene?
So my twin brother was actually in the bourbon before me, and he was telling me I needed to go out and try some things. He was talking to me about Old Forester 100 proof. And so I went down to the store because actually I traditionally was tequila and rum. And so I went to the store, looking for Old Forester, not really knowing what I was looking for, and couldn't find I found the 100 proof, but when I got home with it, it ended up being a 100 proof rye, which was still really good though. So I like a lot of rye whiskey too.
Happy
But
accident.
so that's what got me started, and I've been going downhill ever since.
Well, I've had a I've had a few pours, shared a few pours with you before. You got really good taste. I was uh, promoting this out to other YouTube channels, and I'm like, our guest is Ernest Peacock, the man who's the most colorful palate in all of bourbon. So, what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he
All right.
shared with us a lot of different things that just have been amazing.
Now, Ernest, since you said that it's all down here hill from here, I want to know then what keeps you excited about bourbon.
So what keeps me excited about bourbon is not just sticking to bourbon. Like I said, I still drink tequila and rum. Like you were talking about how hot it is. Yeah, I'm gonna be drinking more tequila, lower proof stuff. But I love American single malts as well. Drink Scotch, little Irish. I mean, I've actually
You,
been looking at
you don't
Indian
discriminate
malts
against
too.
any. You don't discriminate against any alcohol, huh?
Not unless it's vodka.
Okay, vodka.
Okay.
Vodka just doesn't have enough flavor for you, or you had a bad experience.
No flavor. I don't mix. I tend to sip neat, so vodka is pointless to me.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean
I might buy a cocktail if I'm out, but
that's why it got so hot back, in the early '90s. Is people didn't want flavor; they just wanted to, drink cherry Kool-Aid with vodka. They wanted that cherry Kool-Aid flavor. They could care less about, the spirits.
yeah.
All
If I
right,
want
so
something
now
with no flavor, I'm gonna drink water, which is
I hear
95% of
you.
what I drink anyway.
I drink a lot of water too. I drink a lot of water between pours, just to stay hydrated and before I get inebriated. So, Ernest, here's a good question. I think this is good for everybody, all the viewers out there, if they wanted to chime in on this question as well. Uh, what is the one unicorn bottle that you're always searching for that you don't have?
That's a good question because when I see new things come out that are different, especially in the craft whiskey world, it's like it just jumps to the top. So I'm always looking for the next unknown thing as opposed to a specific bottle.
So, are you
Okay.
on the Detling train, or are you already past the Detling train?
I'm still on the Detling train. I have a 74-month pick from last year's spillway that I just opened not that long ago, and I was like, why did I wait so long?
That Detling is good stuff, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it is. I got some Detlings. I have a bunch of Crittendens. Of course, I love Old Dominic. That's like, I love their high rye bourbon too. But yeah, but I mean, even with like I said, I'm big in American single malts. I was on American single malts. I've been on that for the last couple of years already.
See, I'm not a big single malt guy. Are you, Roger? You like single malt?
I've got a few, and Stranahan's one of them that I like. Um, Not as many as I think Ernest does, and some other people. I like having them having a little bit different palate changer, a little bit different profile to them.
Yeah,
We did one.
one of my favorites.
Yeah,
One of
we've
my
done
favorites is
store
Cedar
picks out
Ridge.
there.
Yeah.
Cedar
we've done.
Ridge single malt.
Mm-hmm.
I've not had too much Cedar Ridge products. I've tasted them at a bottle bourbon program I went to, but not had a lot of theirs. All right,
So,
now I've got a good question here. Do you have a question that you want to ask us?
um,
We'll throw a wrench in the old cog, if you will, and let you be the host here asking questions.
yeah. Okay. So we were talking about American single malts and things that are different. Outside of bourbon, what do you enjoy drinking?
Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, I guess I enjoy drinking sweet tea. I don't really drink a lot of other alcoholic beverages. Ever so often, I will drink a nice cold beer. Uh, I don't really do tequila. I really don't do vodka. Uh, it's pretty much bourbon, whiskey, rye. I mean, maybe a
Yeah.
little hint of moonshine every so often, but yeah, I'm just not a big alcohol drinker other than bourbon.
So
What about you, Roger?
Uh, I've been playing around with the different rums that are available because there's a lot of rums out there and a lot of various proof points, and some of it you know where it comes from. Some of it's a combination of maybe 10 different Caribbean distillers, and then I always like a lot of the different liqueurs and things like that, coffee liqueurs and things like that to have with drinks and have with coffee and those type things because just to spice it up a little bit, especially on a Saturday morning. You wake up and you want a little bit of something different. Add a little what's Shinky's Whip is one I've been adding. That Irish liqueur, and I really love that stuff.
Adam loves that one too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
One more question, and then we're going to get into this pour that you've provided for us. And this one, I think is I think this is good for the new person. What advice would you give to someone who's just starting their journey in bourbon? What would be some sage advice from Ernest Peacock?
I would say don't get caught up in allocated bottles and try to find and sample as much as you can to find out what you do like.
That's a good one. Don't have that FOMO of missing out on that Pappy Van Winkle.
I mean, if you're going to have FOMO, at least know what you're looking for.
True. Roger today ran into a few people at the package store who are green into the bourbon. And what did you say they were looking for, Roger? Some allocated bottles?
Yeah, of course, like everyone, the first words you hear are Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, Weller, those type things. And I provided them some examples of things that maybe didn't cost as much, but would be give them a good way of finding where their palate was, what they liked. Looking at like Benchmark and the Bottled and Bond product by Early Times. That
Yep,
bottle of
easy to
bond
find
because
stuff.
yeah, and we found a couple of those. And I said, don't kill your budget with some of this other stuff. Find some things that you like, and if you like the profile, maybe find a couple of weeded bottles that you like, and go from there.
You know, if I had to give someone, a bottle to go with starting out, would probably be a Wild Turkey product, like the 101. Maybe the personally for me, I was really into the getting old now and I'm losing my train of thought. The Woodford Double Oak.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really like the Woodford Double Oak. It wasn't super high proof, so that's always, people's got to just learn their own journey, but sometimes you need a good head start. So
Yeah.
that's
Because
some
see, a lot of
good
people
advice.
speak about 101, and I'm not a fan. I don't like traditional turkey too tough. I prefer the Russell's profile. So I like Russell's single barrel, Russell's 10-year. I mean, the Wild Turkey 70s was good to me. I have a bottle of Rare Breed, but 101 and some other stuff, it just doesn't really fit my profile too tough. I think it's like the super like spicy, like red hot style cinnamon. I'm not a fan of that.
But you see, that's the whole good thing about having a 101. If you don't like it, you're not out that much money starting out,
Nope.
I mean, I
And you
And
can
you
agree
can
with
actually
always
you.
buy
I
make an
those
think
old
of
single
fashioned.
bottles.
the 70th anniversary bottle. Thank you, Lord, that I found several bottles because that's some good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, let's get into the main part of the show today. This is what Ernest provided us. I didn't have a bottle, but Ernest set us up with the single barrel Old Glory bourbon. You want to tell us about it, Ernest? I'm gonna partake.
So this is the Old Glory Queen Share single barrel. So it's 6 years and 8 months old, 132 proof, and it's a pretty sweet banger.
Well, it's got a good nose on it for sure.
Yep. And
But I
this is
find
definitely
it,
not all me. I've given a lot of samples of these out.
and you want to tell them where they're located at?
They're actually just south of Nashville in one of the suburbs. So Clarksville, Tennessee.
It's amazing how much I've heard about this recently. Seems like they got a good promo campaign going on, and they might have hit that threshold with their bourbons hitting a certain age, and started to hear about it, but just haven't been able to sample it.
I'm getting a lot of caramel on that, but I'm also getting I know it's not a wheat. This is a rye base, but I'm getting that barnyard. I shouldn't say barnyard, not like a funk, like a Wild Turkey funk, but I'm getting like grassy notes. I guess that's the rye coming through and that little peppery spice on it.
Yeah,
Really
there's a
good.
little hint of grain on it. You
Yeah.
get a little hint of the grain on it, definitely.
But very sweet. I'm looking here at the mash bill. It's what I don't have my glasses. Is that 73% corn? So
Yep.
Yes, it is. 73 corn, 18 rye, and 8 malted barley.
and a char 4 barrel.
hmm
And what is this one coming in at? I didn't catch that. You said it,
132.1.
it doesn't drink 132.
No, it doesn't. But the nice spice carries through to the finish.
Now I know they've got a bottled and bond
hmm
offering out there, and these single barrels they're starting to hit around Memphis and things like that because they're in the Kentucky market. But
Yeah.
if you
So
don't have it, you can get online with their website, and I think you can order it and get it delivered to a lot of states too.
yeah, so their bourbon is a rye-based mash bill, but their Tennessee whiskey is a wheated mash bill.
Now, how does that compare? Do you like wheaters, or are you more of a rye guy?
I'm not a big fan of wheated bourbons. Wheated bourbons are hit or miss for me. I like rye. I like high rye bourbons actually, but I like wheat whiskeys though.
Okay.
Oh.
Have you had the Star Hill Farms?
Have I had the what now?
The Star Hill Farms, their wheat
No, I
whiskey?
haven't had that one yet.
Yeah,
I've got a bottle, but I haven't cracked it open. But I was kind of curious if someone has had that one yet.
No, I've been enjoying some of Old Dominic's wheat whiskeys, and from people I've heard, locally, they actually like that better than the Star Hill Farms. But I might get a chance to try some this weekend. We're having like 2 bottle shares up there in Baltimore, so somebody might have one.
That's why you've been in training since noon today or whatever.
Oh no, that was just out having fun. I went and picked up some new glasses and went and visited one of my local stores over in Olive Branch and was just kind of hanging out. And next thing I know, I'm pouring a bunch of stuff. They're pouring a bunch of stuff for me.
Well, it's always good to have an in, and I believe you've got the in. So if you're getting those pours like that at a liquor store, you're in.
Well, usually I'm in there pouring them my stuff, but yeah.
Well, that's what makes the world go round. You share a little, they share a little.
I'm an occasional drinker, so it's not going that fast out of this house. I need some help.
Occasional. I guess every time I see you, it's at a bottle share or at a party. So, but I'm kind of like that as well. I don't drink a lot. I just drink a little every day, though. That's kind of my problem. We get online, Ernest, on the Discord channel, and we start drinking, and you hang out with people like Mike Brock and T and Marty and Roger here. The next thing you know, it's 10:30, 11 o'clock, and everybody says, one more pour.
I already know. I've been in the background with some of you guys, but yeah, as far as me getting on Discord personally, I'm lucky if I get off work at 8, 9 o'clock.
Oh wow! Well,
we're glad you were tonight. Glad you were available tonight.
Oh yeah,
I was making my business. I said I'm gonna be off, so I can, take my time to pack for tomorrow. I leave super early in the morning. So,
what time are you leaving?
My flight leaves at 6.
Ooh. So that means you got to get there like at 4:30. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get there about 4 o'clock, but it's by design. I'm maximizing my time.
Knowing you, like when we were at the Spillway event, you might just stay up all night.
I might. I'm trying not to.
Well, Ernest, I tell you what, I appreciate you coming on. I've enjoyed your friendship and getting to know you at bottle shares and parties and whatnot. And glad that you're, in the Bourbon Legends and you are sharing your knowledge on new bottles and new things. I think that's neat. Always striving to find something new, the next big thing. That's a challenge because you never know what's out there,
Well, there's always somebody talking about something. You just got to keep your eyes open.
That's true.
I appreciate you inviting me and having me on.
Ernest, cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for the pour.
Thanks for the sample. Guys, whenever at your bottle share, if you see Ernest or his brother, don't be afraid. They're big, buffed up boys, but they're not going to hurt you. They're just like little pussy cats. They're so nice and gentle. But boy, especially your brother. Now your brother, whoo, boy, he's big.
He should actually be in Tupelo in a few weeks for a show. So he's going to be down here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that'll be cool.
Roger's wife is close to Tupelo. You better keep your wife away from him.
Yeah,
that's not a problem.
She's based in Ecru, Mississippi. I mean, that's a big town. I mean, there's a main street, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been to Tupelo before. It's been a long time. Actually, I was there went bottle hunting down there a couple weeks ago. But yeah.
Yeah, we've got a legend over there, Tupelo runner, Kenneth.
Yep.
I think Kenneth's online tonight.
Shout out to Kenneth.
All right, Ernest, I appreciate you. If you want to hang around, stick around. We're going to have some fun and games here in a minute. I know you got a pack probably, but put your headset in and listen to our shenanigans.
Yep. I got my motivation board.
There we go.
Thanks.
All right,
thank you, sir. Have a good night.
All right, y'all too.
All right, folks. Thanks, Ernest, for showing up. We're going to take a little break, okay? Don't run away, though. We got something lined up.
The life of Jimmy Russell, the master of bourbon. Jimmy Russell was born in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky in 1934, a town surrounded by rolling hills, rich limestone water, and deep bourbon heritage. Growing up during the Great Depression and World War II, Russell's early life was marked by simplicity, hard work, and a strong community value, qualities that would define his career. Lawrenceburg was more than just his hometown. It was the cradle of bourbon. His family wasn't directly in the distilling business, but bourbon was everywhere. Many men in town, including friends and neighbors, worked in distilleries. This rich cultural background quickly laid the groundwork for what would become a remarkable life in whiskey for Jimmy. In 1954, at just 20 years old, Jimmy Russell joined the Ripley Distillery, the precursor to Wild Turkey. He came in under the mentorship of bourbon legends like Bill Hughes, Ernie Ripley, and J.T. Stamps. These men taught him the traditional ways of bourbon, no shortcuts, no gimmicks. This was the heart of the Wild Turkey motto. Russell began at the bottom, sweeping floors, working in the stills, and learning the nuances of yeast strains, fermentation, distillation, and barrel aging. Over the years, he absorbed knowledge like a sponge, never rushing the process. By the 1960s, Russell had worked his way up to master distiller, though he never formally used the title for many years. Instead, he preferred to be called a bourbon maker. His work ethic, humility, and absolute commitment to quality began to shape the iconic Wild Turkey flavor profile. Bold, spicy, and unapologetically full-bodied. Through the decades, Russell became a steadfast guardian of the traditional way of making bourbon. He resisted industry fads, flavoring shortcuts, or compromising the integrity of the product for mass appeal. When other distilleries lowered barrel-proof entries or cut corners, Wild Turkey, under Russell's watchful eye, kept the barrel entry proof at 101, higher than many, and stayed loyal to that number 4 char barrel, the deepest char available. He insisted on longer aging, typically between 6 to 12 years, even though the market shifted towards younger whiskeys. He said, "I don't make bourbon for trends, I make it the way it's supposed to be made." Perhaps one of the most beautiful chapters in Jimmy's life is his relationship with his son Eddie Russell. Eddie joined Wild Turkey in 1981, starting at the bottom just like his father. Over time, Eddie developed his own perspective, introducing innovations like Russell's Reserve. With his father's blessing, of course. In 2015, Eddie officially became co-master distiller, making them the only father-son duo with that distinction in Kentucky bourbon history. Their bond is deep, filled with mutual respect and good-natured teasing. Jimmy often jokes that Eddie still has a lot to learn even after 4 decades in the business. Jimmy and Eddie's shared legacy ensures Wild Turkey's future remains grounded in tradition but open to evolution. That being said, Jimmy's grandson, Bruce, Eddie's son, now is a brand ambassador for Wild Turkey and will soon begin his journey as master distiller as well. As Jimmy aged, his legend only grew. Known affectionately as the Buddha of Bourbon, he has been the face of Wild Turkey for decades, charming fans with his storytelling, genuine hospitality, and warm Kentucky drawl. He never put himself above others. Visitors to the distillery were just as likely to be greeted by Jimmy in overalls and a smile as they were a tour guide. He has mentored countless people across the industry and is regarded with universal reverence by fellow distillers. He's also received almost every honor possible in the whiskey business, including the Bourbon Hall of Fame, Whiskey Advocate Lifetime Achievement Award, and the James Beard Foundation Award. Jimmy, now in his 90s, continues to make appearances at the distillery. Though he no longer distills day to day, he remains a vital presence, an ambassador, teacher, and walking history book. His laugh is infectious and his presence is grounding. When asked about retirement, Jimmy often says, "I don't work a day in my life. I love what I do." Jimmy Russell's life is more than just the story of a distiller. It's the story of America's whiskey heritage. For over 70 years, he has upheld the spirit of tradition, resilience, and craftsmanship. He didn't just shape Wild Turkey, he helped define what Wild Turkey is for generations to come. Whether in the warehouse, among the barrels, or greeting fans at the gift shop, Jimmy remains bourbon's most enduring symbol of integrity, tradition, and passion.
Man, I love me some Jimmy Russell.
Yeah, that's toast to Jimmy.
Cheers, Mr. Jimmy. I hope you're doing all right tonight, buddy. I love going to the distillery and seeing Jimmy and his wife Joretta. I believe it is that how you pronounce her name?
Yeah.
Joretta. Who's by the way older than Mr. Jimmy.
Yeah, and it's fun to go there when he's there because he wants to meet and greet everyone that comes through the door.
Yeah.
And we were there, me and my buddy were there on a day that he wasn't working there. We walked out after we did it, he wasn't there. He happened to pull in the parking lot. He wouldn't leave the parking lot till we came over to the car and said hi, and he got to tell us a story. He's just that way.
Yeah, he's a good old. They don't make many like old Mr. Jimmy anymore.
Nope.
Hey guys, gals, now is the time. If you want to get in on this week's raffle, or I'm sorry, not raffle, but giveaway. Tonight we're giving away 4 2-ounce samples of Peerless products. And let me go over from the left to the right there on the picture. Let me do one thing here. Let me jump over on that picture there so you can see a little better. We're starting out on the left with a single barrel, 110.7 proof Peerless. Next up is 2-ounce sample of the double barrel oak bourbon, or double barreled oak, twice barreled, 109.9 proof. Followed up with another single barrel store pick. That's from 107, Roger. That one comes in at 122.6 proof, and I'm going to tell you, that one is damn good.
Yeah, that's at least 7 or 8 years old and 120 some odd proof. It's just beautiful.
I almost cried when I poured that sample up because I'm like, I don't want to share it, man. It's so good. And then lastly, we've got a double barrel oak rye that's coming in at 109.2 proof. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a big fan of Peerless. I really like their products. And until I went to Peerless last October, did a private tour there with them, I didn't realize that Peerless was a quote unquote craft distillery.
Yep. They're still a craft distiller.
It was kind of blew my mind that's, they don't make very much. And all their mash is a sweet mash product too. So what you need to do, if you guys can't read, on the bottom there, hashtag Peerless. And here later towards the end of the show, we're going to cut it off a little early. So get in now. And remember, you have to be a subscriber for at least 1 minute to get in on this this sample giveaway. So do it now. We've probably got about 10 minutes or 15 minutes maybe, and then we're going to shut it down. So we want you all to be able to get in for a chance to win that. And now we're going to move on to what I think is one of the more fun segments, because like Ernest said, he was always looking for something new. This is our segment where we're always looking for something new as well. And Roger, take it away on what's new in the bourbon world this week.
Well, this week we've got a lot of bottles being produced and released over the next few weeks. One of them is Frey Ranch, has a new single barrel product coming out. It's called a Mysterious 5 grain. It's 5 grain bourbon. It'll probably be a release that's done at the distillery only. And Frey Ranch is one of those things that's new to the market in Memphis in the last year or so. It's been available for quite a while out there, and I had picked up bottles through their website, which they do a really good job of, and it's been put into more markets. The one thing about their bottle, it should be registered as a deadly weapon because it is heavy enough and solid enough. It can take being dropped on a concrete floor and won't break. And but the bourbon is really, really good. It's a grain forward because it's grain to glass. They do grow everything that goes into their bottling at their farm out in Nevada, Frey Ranch, Nevada. And it's one of those products that if you've tried it, you like it. If you haven't, or you don't like it, it's probably more because of the graininess feel to it, those type of things. And that's one of the questions this week that I'm asking for our people out there. Who's tried Frey Ranch, and are you looking for Frey Ranch?
I've tried for a ranch. I don't know if I'm necessarily looking for it or not. I didn't find anything over, joyful when I had it. But there again, I was drinking Weller's and Pappy's and Tanninger. I was at a whiskey event in Lake Charles, Beaumont, Texas. That's when I had it. So I had a lot of really good pours. So I'd like to revisit it at least to see.
Well, we're going to do our next set of reviews with Chill Will Rocco. And what I'll do is I've got a 375 of their wheat whiskey. And since that's become popular again, but they've made it quite a while ago. And we'll have to try that up and sample it and give a little review of it. Because
We might shoot a little video.
shoot a little video, yeah.
Now, next up on the list is the Rebel 10-year. What do you know about that one this week, Roger?
Well, Rebel 10-year is coming out, and it's a favorite of a couple of our legends out there. Mainly, I think Mike Brock likes a lot of the Rebel products. I've enjoyed it. It used to be a distillery or company that was based out of St. Louis, Missouri, where I lived. And then it got sold to Lux Row, and then now Lux Row's gotten sold to MGP, Ross and Squibb, that company. But again, the product remains the same. It's wheated bourbon, but it's a little bit of wheat profile to it. But they do this single barrel 10-year that they've put out for quite a few years. Very popular product. It's a good price point, and it's available. And the other is that's another question for everybody. Is anybody else out there looking for this new product from Rebel? And if you are, drop it into the comments. Please let us know. We've got a lot of people online right now. Looks like about 23, 24 people. We've had a few comments.
I've had a lot of the Rebel products. Haven't had that 10-year. I'd sure like to try that 10-year. But yeah, I've had it at Lux Row when I've visited there. My local liquor store down in Hot Springs has a lot of store pick Rebel. So
yeah, they get a lot of Rebel 100 is like the baseline bar whiskey. It's available a lot of the bars and things like that. They put it into drinks, things like that.
Chill Will says he'd give it a try. Chill Will give anything a try. He's like Mikey, from the Life commercial. Give it to Chill Will. He'll like it.
Don't upset Chill Will. He is our only mid-level celebrity that we have on this on Bourbon Legends. So
that is true. That is true. All right, guys, don't forget. I'm going to put it on here one more time so you can see it. The Peerless. I'm going to run that again. Hashtag Peerless if you want to try to win those samples. And now the moment that I know Roger is very excited about, we're going to talk about a bottle that Roger found, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
And I'm jealous. I'm just going to say I'm jealous, but I'm glad that I'm going to get to have a shot at the review as well. And we're talking about batch 4.
Yeah, batch 4 A. Smith Bowman Cask Strength Bourbon. I got lucky and walked into a store that had just received it that day, sitting on the front counter, got it at MSRP. And in the bourbon world, this is known as a unicorn. It's a unicorn bottle. It's not available. There's probably maybe 50 bottles that were available in all of Western Tennessee, and I just happened to catch one of them at a store on available. I shared it around. It comes in at cast strength at 139.7 proof, and it's 10 years. A. Smith Bowman is one of the subsidiary companies for Sazerac. Is part of, and he's got some information on there. Buffalo Trace family. So basically, what they do is they distill the base Buffalo Trace product and send that distillant out to Virginia. They take it and then redistill it, put it in barrel out there, and age it in Virginia. And this happens to be the one of the oldest ones that they've released in 10 years. And it has got quite a nose to it.
Oh my gosh.
It
That
is
is a caramel freaking bomb right there.
Yeah. It is caramel all day.
My goodness.
And it's a little hard. There's not the ethanol that comes through on the nose. It's more of that caramel that kind of puts it out. And I've tried it. I tried it one time before this, I have to admit, with Chill Will Rocco. And if you want, go out to Chill Will Rocco on YouTube and subscribe. Oh, no, don't do that. And we had it, and we both really enjoyed it. It's a little higher proof. It's not something you want to drink all night, but it is very, very nice. Got a legs on it.
I'm getting a little Kentucky hug, about kind of along the same lines of the bottle that Ernest brought, the Old Glory. Definitely, that Old Glory did not have the nose of this one here. That's a phenomenal caramel bomb nose. Maybe just a hair hint of, straw, that barnyard, grassiness. I love that. Really good pour there.
I don't pick up the grains as much on it. It's been very well blended and aged together. The oak, there's not a lot of oak, which you'd think with a 10-year product, it would pick up a lot more oak. I don't have that flavoring. It's just a long finish. You take it and it has super long finish to it. Rolls on the side of your tongue, which doesn't always happen. Most of the time it goes straight to the back and down your throat. This kind of fills up the whole mouth and mouth coating.
And the legs that form on it are really slow forming and slow to develop and run down the glen. And I get that same flavoring or feeling as it slowly rolls down my throat, down into, my chest area for that hug. Man, that's a really good bottle. Now, on that graphic that I pulled up earlier, it said that was a buy for $99. So I just have to know, what did you have to pay for this bottle?
MSRP $99. And
wow,
it's a great find. You're not, these aren't bottles for everybody. These are ones if you see it on the shelf or you see it at a store and you know what it is, you buy it, don't say anything to them and just walk out the door. I do believe that the assistant manager just put it out there and looked up the MSRP and put it out on the shelf, and the manager had no idea it had been delivered. So,
well, you know what? Excuse me. That's the way it should be. There should be, that was one of our questions on Discord earlier this week is, if there was one thing you could change in the bourbon world, I believe, what would it be? And I would love to see these price hikes on these bottles. Don't be so greedy, fellas. If you're paying the base price for it, this is what the SRP is on it. Don't be greedy and jump that thing up by $100, $200, $300.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of these guys open up a retail store to have a museum, as I call it.
Yeah,
that's and you can make your money back because you have to order so many of certain things to get it. You can get that money back, but you don't have to go at 5, 6, 8 times the MSRP on it. I don't think that's fair.
No. Well, they're trying to get what they can, All right, folks. Roger, thanks for sharing that with me. That is a good pour there. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I give that a big thumbs up.
I give it 2 thumbs up. Roger, we're going to let you take a break and drink a little bit, and I'm going to play a game here. I'm going to see if anybody wants to play a game.
Okay.
All right. I'm just going to put you in the background here, and I will be back just a minute. All right, folks. It's time. We're going to do something different. That's what I like about these Thursday Night Lives. We're going to keep it fresh. We're not going to be stale. We're not going to do the same thing every week in a row. We're going to change things up. And right now, we're going to play a little game, and it is a fun game, I hope. Since we've never done it, though, we're going to see. This game is called True or False. Now, you're not going to have time to actually get in and chat GPT it to find the answers. You're going to have to answer within 5 seconds. I don't have a countdown clock. I'm going to keep it in my head. So the first person that goes into the chat and spells bourbon gets to play the game. Who's going to be first? Spell the word bourbon. It has to be spelled correctly, too. I'm sitting here watching, and I guess people on here don't know how to spell because they're not. Oh, Tupelo Runner got in first. I'm seeing it right here. Look, Tupelo. Oh, hold on. Everybody's doing it now. I got to go back. I want to make sure. I want to be fair here. Actually, I said it was Tupelo Runner, but hold on. Let me recheck this. I believe it is Jay Martinez, actually. They all hit at one time, and I thought it was Kenneth, but no, it's not. It's Jay Martinez. Jay, here's what we're going to do, buddy. I am going to send an invite to join me live here. Let me, if I can find it. Here we go. I'm going to copy this invite, and I'm going to put it in the comments section, and if you would be so kind to join me, we're going to start this game. Of course, I'm having a hard time getting the link to show up after all. There, I believe it has posted. Nope, it says an error occurred. Let me try that again. Yeah, I know who he is. Let me see here. I want to try to get him in StreamYard, though. Game's kind of hard to play if he. Okay, there it is. If you'll join that device, it says it's not connected. Let's see here. You will need to connect your mic and cam before I can add you to the stream. Hopefully, you have the capability of doing that so we can play this game. I didn't think about not everybody may have a device that they can join in. Let's see. It says your device is not connected, Mr. Martinez. Let me know on the comments if you think you can get in. If not, we may have a consolation prize for you. Bear with us, folks. This is live television at its finest. Thankfully, it's not on my end. Usually it's on my end, but I'm going to see here. I'm going to kick you from the studio. See if you can try again, Mr. Martinez. All right. I guess I'm going to have to make a game time decision here. And if you can get on, try to get on one more time. If not, we're going to go to the second person that had bourbon. All right. Move. All right. Jay says move on. All right. I'm going to go back. Let me go back. See who the second person was. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, you're still having a hard time getting on there. I can see that. All right. It looks like Claire. Claire. If you can, will you join us on the Discord channel? Follow that link that I posted, and we're going to get you in here. Claire. There you are, Claire. Bourbon. This may not have been such a great idea after all. I don't, Roger, we're having technical difficulties here. This might not have been a good idea.
Well, it happens, and this is why you do these things and try to get people to be interactive with the channel. We're trying to get more people to be interactive with it. Bring everybody on as we tabulate all of the hashtag Peerless so that you can be part of the giveaway tonight. Hopefully you see Claire. We'll see if she comments and says she wants to or can join.
We're trying. If it's not for her, then I believe the next one would be Dr. Bent 22.
Yep.
Claire is Joe. That is what Mike Brock is saying. I don't care if it's Joe or not. Joe can join in. Joe, come on in, buddy. You know how to do it. I know Joe knows how to get on. Claire is Joe. I don't guess Joe's going to do it. All right. Dr. Bent. We're just going down the line. Dr. Bent, 22. Can you get on? Follow that link over there and see if you can get on. I'm going to put that link up again right here. Boy, I tell you what, people are over here just playing with me now, aren't they? Claire's Joe. Here we go. Dr. Bent is in the house. What's going on, my friend?
Well, not much. Just got off work.
All right. Well, hey, hopefully, let me see here. Let me try to get this page where I need it to be. I'm going to solo you there, okay? Well, I don't know why it's not soloing you, and it's soloing me. There again, more technical difficulties.
No, you do not need to make me the front page.
All right. Well, you know what? Can everybody hear Dr. Bent? Somebody tell me in the comments if you can hear it. If you can hear him.
We can hear him.
Okay. All right. So here's how the game. What's your real name there?
Eric.
All right, Eric. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play this game, and it's true or false. For each answer you get correct, you will get a 2-ounce sample pour. All right. So let's see what we got here. All right. So you have 5 seconds. Okay. Get ready. This is true or false. Can bourbon be bottled at any proof?
Yes, true.
Oh.
No, it has to be above 80%.
Oh, listen to now he's backing out. Roger, I guess we're going to have to give him an F on that one. False, right?
Yeah.
My whiskey stash is still good. Roger, can you be the scorekeeper?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I'm playing a game.
All right. Question number 2, Eric. Are you ready?
Yep.
You have 5 seconds to answer this question. Bourbon must be aged at least 2 years.
False. 4.
Roger? How long does bourbon have to be aged?
Minimum of 2 years.
No.
That's okay, Eric. You still
You've
have
got one.
You still have the chance to redeem yourself, okay? Oh, hold on. You said he's got 1. I thought Eric's missed 2 now so far.
Well, we'll see.
He says, can it be bottled in any? Okay, let's go to number 3. Okay, number 3. Barrel strength bourbon is the same as a cask strength bourbon. True or false?
It's all about the entry point, I think.
Roger, you want to give him the good news or the bad news?
Yeah, that would be true.
That's true.
Gosh.
Barrel strength is the same as cask strength. Same.
It's just the
Same
verbiage that the particular distillery uses.
That's okay. That's okay, Eric. You're doing all right. You're saving me on shipping and everything right now. All right, let's see if you can keep the roll up, Eric. I think Eric can.
I think he's going to make this next one.
I think Eric can do it right here. Look here. Now I'm pulling Eric up over on the side. Everybody needs to see Eric play
Oh
here.
boy.
Yeah, we need to see. Where is Eric? There he is.
There we
Oh
go.
wow, look at that.
Okay. All right, Eric. Question number 4. True or false? 5 seconds. If you replace wheat for rye in a mash bill, is it no longer considered whiskey? I mean, no longer considered a bourbon? I'm sorry.
It is still considered a bourbon.
It is still considered a bourbon. Very good. You got one right so far. And last but not least, bourbon can be made from 100% corn.
True.
Very good. You've got 2 pours. All right.
There we go.
2 sample pours. I tell you what, Eric, if you will shoot me a message here or somehow get a hold of me. I don't know. You're a subscriber, right?
Yeah, I just found you today. I literally typed in bourbon live because I
Hey,
was just
it's your lucky day. I mean,
I know, right?
2 out of 3. You know what? I think since you're a newbie, I'll throw something else in there for you from the Bourbon Legends, okay?
You're the best.
We're going to do our best. Shoot me a message and you can find me. If nothing else, go to thebourbonlegends.com and you can send me an email through there.
Okay.
And send me your info and I'll get that packaged up and sent out to you in the morning.
Wow. Cool.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Eric, and welcome to the club, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
We've got a good
Yeah.
group here. Real fun. All
I'll be
right.
around.
Thanks, Eric. Everybody say yay to Eric. Good job. Right. Now, that was fun. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but I think that was still fun. All right, moving on here. We're pushing the hour, so I want to put this out here for everybody. We're going to talk about next week's show, and everybody, after this little segment here, we're going to spin that wheel. So if you have not put in #Peerless, you've got about a minute to go. Next week's show, what we're going to do is we are going to go in and we are going to give away a 5-pack of super allocated bourbons. Some Russell's 13, probably a little bit of that Abraham Bowman that we sampled earlier tonight. We are also going to have, let's see, what else? Some Pappy, probably some cellar aged Maker's Mark. So we're gonna do that. So we really need you to be here next week and tell all your friends and neighbors. I know that you're probably not going to want to think your odds are going to be better, but that's what we need you to do. Look here, what the cat drug in. Look over here. Who that is?
That would be our cohort in crime.
Oh, chill, Will. We had to get a little bit of a celebrity on here tonight, even if it's just mid-level.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I just wanted to jump in real quick and say, since Eric won tonight on his first ever time on the channel, that I'll throw in a couple of samples of something too. So,
all right. Well, cool. Well, now, Eric, since Chill Will is going to do that for you, I will not be sending out these bottles tomorrow because Will is a local, and I'll gather up probably over the weekend what Will wants to give. Oh, hold on, Eric. Hold on. Think the deal may be sweetened here. Just let's see what Roger has.
Well, no, I'm saying I'm meeting up with Mr. Chilwell Rocker tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
So we could go out Saturday.
We could go out Saturday.
It probably won't go out Saturday because remember what I said earlier today about weekends are pretty busy for me.
Oh yeah.
You know, I got to make donuts this Saturday.
No, I didn't
Yeah,
know if it was maybe you were checking
slow.
on the elves on all the presents that were
Yeah,
getting
and
put
if y'all
together
are
too.
meeting up, oh, you're meeting up tomorrow, not over the weekend. I was going to say we might need to meet up and shoot some reviews at some point. We need to get some more reviews out.
Hey,
That could be done.
just shoot me a text of what you're going to send him, and I'll send different stuff. Okay.
Okay, that'll work.
All right. Yep.
Thank you,
You
Will.
send me-
See you later, buddy. All right, Mike Brock. I know you're out there watching. Let's close this thing up with the giveaway, and let's do this. If Michael send me that, I'm going to share the page. We're going to see who's going to win this week's Peerless bottles. And my Siri is over here talking to me, and she's not even supposed to be talking.
Well, she likes you a lot. She enjoys talking to you.
Well, she's learning a lot about me, I can tell you that. She is learning all sorts of things about the bourbon industry, and
I like the Jimmy Russell interlude today because he is truly a bourbon legend, and that's the whole idea of this is
oh
to
yeah,
point out all the bourbon legends that are out there.
Mr. Jimmy. I'm very fortunate enough to meet him and actually get an autograph. I'm not a big autograph hound, but when I got that, and that bottle will never be drank, and it was a 70th anniversary bottle. He's like, "Where did you get that bottle at, son?" I'm like, "Oh, he goes, I hope you didn't overpay for it." So they don't, like I said, they don't make many like Mr. Jimmy anymore. That's for sure.
And I don't think they're in bad hands with his son and with Bruce Russell. Bruce has got a really good, fresh tone to how he's going to do things going forward. So I'm not too worried about it, especially this year with their 8-year product that they offered for the 101 and some of those. I think they're on the right track, keeping that distillery popular.
I think so. All right, Roger, if you got any final thoughts, if you will give
I want
them
to make
to
sure
me,
that
I'd
everybody,
appreciate it.
I think that everybody out there needs to make sure that they've liked and subscribed. We would love to get to 200 subscribers by the end of the month. That might be short goals, but again, we're at 176 or so tonight. If we can get to 200 by the end of the month, that would be great. We got a lot of guests coming on in the next few months. We're trying to get organized. I'll tell you that maybe there's a guy that swings an axe and there's a fireman. He might be coming on sometime in the next couple of months, and then we've got a couple other bourbon tubers and another bourbon legends.
Tell you what, I like this group of people because the Bourbon Legends, it's more than just a name. It's more than just a T-shirt. It's almost, I'd like to say, like a way of life, if you would. And everybody can be a bourbon legend. Some may be a little more legendary than others, and I think you guys know who I'm talking about. But everybody can join in, and that's what it's about. It's not about me or Roger or Will. When we do these videos, we might look like we're the face of it, but we're just the ringleaders. You guys are the circus, and we want you to participate. One of the things that we're doing here in the next couple of weeks, we're going to Lynchburg, Tennessee. We're going to take over that town. I don't think it's going to be hard to take it over, but we're going to be there. We may be doing some more Bardstown things or bottle shares. Ultimate goal is we're going to try to pick a barrel. That's probably going to happen sooner than later. I was in contact with a friend who will be on a guest the first week of August, who's a distributor out of Little Rock for Arkansas. He told me today he knew a guy that could probably get us a barrel. So that's going to be our next big goal. We're going to do some giveaways, more giveaways. We're going to do some fundraising. But right now, we're going to give away some Peerless, okay? So I tell you what I'm going to do, Roger. I'm going to remove you, and I'm going to remove me. So you just never ever know who you're dealing with when you're out here on the interwebs. It could be it could be Eclair or it could be Joe. You just never know. Tell you what, I'm going to bring Ernest in one more time. He's still sticking around in the backstage.
Yep, I'm still here.
Ernest, appreciate you, buddy. It was
All right,
great.
appreciate you.
It was a great time. Really enjoyed it. Do you have any final words you'd like to give out?
All I can say is, thanks for getting on and be legendary.
That's right. We were going to try to be legendary. And speaking of legendary, guys, we're going to hit over on the Discord for the after show party. All you have to do is join up, go over to thebourbonlegends.com, and you can join your Patreon for free, or you can join Patreon to help us get closer to that barrel pick. Either way, we want you to come over and have a pour with us, and that way we can let our hair down a little bit and not have to follow these YouTube guidelines and standards. Anyway, next week we will see you same time, same bat channel for you guys that are old enough to remember that saying. Going to do that super allocated giveaway. Going to have on a special guest. Some of you might have heard of this dude. His name is the Bourbon Nerd. So that's going to be our guest next week. And there's no telling what kind of stuff we're going to get into. So until then, as Ernest said, be legendary. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you on the flip side. Have a good night.
Cheers.
Cheers.